Good morning, everybody. And it is Wednesday. I miss the good old days when I knew if I had the weekend off or not. Now, chances are we'll end up canceling Saturday again, but this scheduling every single one's gotten to be ridiculous. It's stupid and silly. It's like, ugh. Well, we might have the stuff to do it. We probably won't, but it could happen. So your whole weekend's up in the air. But that's a whole nother matter. I was running over the stuff for the filming in Bristol that was done over the last couple days, and looked like most of it. The most significant part was it looked like this is going to be the first time the character Ruby goes into the TARDIS. So interesting stuff there. They even had, they had the TARDIS there, assembled and done, and then they dismantled it yesterday. You could see them putting the green screen in the back, so this way, it was ready to go, for whatever background's in it. And that's because they're not going to put anything in there that's going to lead to what you think the new TARDIS will look like, the interior. So that's why they put a green screen in there, because they're not going to put a backdrop in there for fear somebody's going to snag a picture and probably confirm what we already know. Now, I was reading an article in the Radio Times about, with RTD talking about this great and possible, console room and space and all that. And it's like, folks, I remember back when the console room was the size of a room. And I still enjoyed the show because majority of the show doesn't take place in the TARDIS. But hey, it's always exciting to get a new interior. That's why I die laugh when people are making such a fuss about Jodie's TARDIS interior and all that. It's like, don't dare do anything different, because if somebody doesn't like it, they'll get offended and they'll go botch you on some site. Just like this big thing going around about episode 3 of The Last of Us. It got bombed. And I don't know why anybody is going to IMDb for anything. And I'm really sick and tired of hearing about how Rotten Tomatoes is now the standing, defining judge of what's good or not good in our culture. It's a poll site. That's all it is. The critics say this, the people say that. And it's like, yeah, and they were doing that crap to Doctor Who, Wonder Woman, and Captain Marvel months before the movie or the show even came out. Which me goes, you haven't even seen it yet, but it's bad. Or I'm not looking forward to it based off a poster. But the thing is about episode 3 of Last of Us, you can't just completely mimic the video game footage. Otherwise, if you've played the game, and a lot of people have, and like I said, I've watched streams of the game being played, plus somebody edited all the footage together a long time ago, turned it into kind of a movie. And it's, if you've seen all that, you know how the story's going to go. Only now it's live action. You can't do that because you've got to throw some other things in. Just the same thing they had with The Walking Dead. You had a lot of people going on this. They didn't do that. Yeah, because if they followed the comic book to the letter, the people who've all read all the comic books and all that already know what's going to happen. And frankly, I'm glad they didn't follow the comic books, and they couldn't have if they wanted to. Because all the villains you've seen on that show, most of which relates to the governor, that guy was, they watered him down so bad. You see, I have to use words I'm not allowed to use on YouTube anymore to describe some of the things that character did. Ugh. But yeah, back to Doctor. Yeah, this looks like the scene where they were filming this last weekend, at where Ruby first goes into the TARDIS. And I'm sitting there straining my eyeballs trying to see where all these huge differences are in the police box. They said it looks like the windows are more weathered. I think they did change the color of the top bulb a little. But other than that, it's Jodie's TARDIS exterior, which there was nothing wrong with. I really enjoyed that particular TARDIS shell. And of course, there was everything related to Jodie and Chibnall Must Die, so nobody liked the interior, apparently, of the TARDIS. I'm like, well, that's on you. There were TARDIS interiors I didn't like that majority of the people out there did. Like, I could not stand that first TARDIS interior that Matt Smith had, the romper room TARDIS, I call it. You know, with the spigots, ketchup mustard dispenser. What else was going on? The typewriter, which I think we only saw actually really used once. It just wasn't my thing. I much preferred the one that came after with the Smith Capaldi, you know, the TARDIS, that arrangement. I like that one. But as I said before, I remember when the TARDIS was no bigger than your regular room, in, you know, the console room. So, and they didn't really need to fancy schmancy it up too much. And of course, y'all remember, yeah, that thing we started with in the beginning of the series. Oh, I like that one too. But yeah, like I said, I didn't like the interior, is what I'm saying. I was kind of glad they brought back the St. John's ambulance thing and all that, but apparently it's gone. You know, it's been going again for a while. I was glad they added it back on there when they did. I don't know about you, but if I dropped my phone in the toilet, I'd have to debate on whether I really want it back. No, depending on the circumstances. That's a good question. Where is everybody this morning? Who knows? You know, people are busy. People have lives. People have other things on their mind. Oh, that's bad. And of course, now there's lots of speculation on who Ruby's related to and all that going on. My leading theory was Kate Stewart, but there has been some other things going on that made, you know, like I said, we'll have to wait and see, you know, to know for sure just what's happening there. But like I said, I'm not a big fan of the name Ruby Sunday. It makes me think of Poppy Monday, who was a character from a Bafflegab production. And of course, there was Ruby Tuesday, the song. Said Ruby Sunday sounds like a stripper name. And now we're back to a young blonde companion. But as I said before, I'm going to give RTD the benefit of the doubt. You know, hopefully he's got his writing thing, but, you know, his mojo back as far as Doctor Who's concerned. And it's like, I don't know about you guys, but when I go to the bathroom, and I'm out at work, my phone does not leave my pocket while I'm in the bathroom. Okay. A, I'm too paranoid, and B, You know, if I want to mess around on my phone, I've got breaks for that, and I'm well away from the bathroom, and I don't got to worry about it. My big worry is about losing my earbuds. I'm still getting used to this whole concept of these little earpieces and all that, because those I'm afraid of losing. Yeah, there's pictures out there everywhere of the filming. Either you can go to Twitter, look up hashtag DWSR, if that's short for Doctor Who Set Reports. There's a few people who got a little miffed at that and were trolling that hashtag for the longest time, and they were claiming it was to save Doctor Who fans from spoilers. No, they're just being a bunch of dicks. You even had certain groups that were making fun of the people who did set reports. Like I said, I remember when George Baker was being accused of stalking because he saw Jodie in a car going by and he waved hi, and then they accused him of stalking her and following the car, and then he published his Uber route in his what do you call it, showing that he went in the exact opposite direction. Thank you, GPS. You just made a whole lot of people go, well, that's fake. He photoshopped it. Not to mention you had Adam Orford. Forgive me if I got the name wrong. He was always out there on set during the Capaldi era, and he was treated rather kindly. And there was my time friend of mine, Steven. He was out at Caerphilly Castle, if I remember right, and him and Capaldi took a couple pictures together and talked for a little bit. And then somebody, I died laughing, tried to take his photo and edit themselves into it. And it didn't really work at all. They were obviously not masters of the Photoshop Kung Fu, okay? It was pretty bad. I did figure out what happened to the stream, though, when I left the house yesterday. Why it might have canned out on you. When I was in the house, or got near the house, the phone locked onto the Wi-Fi. And then when I pulled out, the Wi-Fi disconnected. And that's why I had to restart the stream right there, because the phone thought, okay, and it cut the video before it switched to the 4G, whatever network we're on. I can't remember. So that's why it cut out there. So you lost an astounding 10 seconds, I think, of footage right there. So it was like not even that, I don't think. So, folks, it is Wednesday. It is that day. And it's time for us to march forward into our day and hopefully get through it with our sanities intact. So, I'm going to head on in the building now. Please, everyone, take care of yourselves out there. Be kind, be calm, be safe. And hopefully we'll see you all in the near future. Have a great Wednesday, everybody.